So you see the local default browsers is running. So you see all the our endpoints, and then there's the profiles and so on and so forth. Even though we can do all the profiles informations for your application, there is endpoint containers, profile informations. You can run same thing into the Postmans or in the browser. So it's simpler where you try to test. Normally I use the Postmans to really test all the cases, all profile informations and health checks in the Postmans, and then and the last screencast I already discussed the different clients, the REST API clients with the different existing Java APIs. How can different client can be used to connect with the REST API, or to connect to implement the extra wrapper class, the wrapper implementation, to using all the many clients, all the many microservices to build to communicate or to combine all the other microservices to onto the one microservices. And even though you can expose those microservices as single microservices, that's the reason why it is important nowadays is a microservice based application developments. That's the most important. That's the reason the Spring Boot is really popular for the microservice based application development. So you see that we hit this the endpoint, the same endpoints that we have in the browser. The endpoint, so this is local host and this is the port numbers, and exactly the same endpoints. We just simply changed it, and then this is working all the profiles, as you can see. And then also you can check the health check for your microservices, and the services is up. And then you can add the actuator information for the delete information for your actuator, health and components and the profiles, and then all the info is there. So here see there is some import for the user registration functions. That's we already defined into the implementation. If I see the controller, that's I said I will discuss a bit more when I start the development. So this is the URL path, and then you see the create until we pass the user registrations objects, and then it's build the user registration objects. So we will discuss a little bit more detail about how can we do this, the user registration part, all the systematic way models and controllers, repositories, service and service implementation, even the most important, the utilities. How can you call the sequences from your database when after connecting the database, you can call the sequences automatically and programmatically Java injected, because we already build the sequences. We need to call the sequences to inserting our data. So here is you see the URLs. You see the URL is exactly the same URL, the port number and IP address, and then so on and so forth. That's we can hit one of the post. This is working. Okay, it's perfectly working. So you see the IP address number 200. You can see hit 201, 202, how quick it is, 203. So now we can check it like our our sequence is still working properly. That's we expected. So this is our database. We can see that we have the user registration objects. So 4 objects is created. So for 201, 202, 203, 204. This is exactly what we expected for the database. So expected for we can put it in 104 and 300. It should be 204. So 204, this is coming properly. So 204 coming properly, and then this has I use already here the JPA auditing attributes. So exactly the same what we expected. All the sequence properly. Let's have a get commands. How it works is there are some data, so at least we need to be get. We have a pagination, page size, sorting mechanisms. You see what we expect: 404 descending order, so 403 and 202, sorry, 201, and so on, and 200 numbers. You have the put commands. You can have to put, and then it has a body and 200. So let's have a change it here, the 999, and and 1000, and then it says like something that 999 the basicals. The 201 need to be changed. Send is updated, so you see the properly updated into the your backend servers. 999, we can cross check it here. So you see the 999 is, so it is up to date. So that is 201. So let's have a check the combine. Combine means with the get methods we check it. You can delete it, no problems at all. We can delete functions, exactly the user registration delete, send delete 200. So the status is okay. So let's have it checked. Is it properly coming? There is no 201 exist. We can check it here. So 200 is not 200 is there deleted properly. That's we expected. Let's have a check the combine one. Then let's have it. There is no user role, I believe, because we didn't put nothing there. So you see the content is there empty still, doesn't no record at all. So we can put it here, new user. So that is you see user definitions. So we put it here. The 200 is doesn't exist, and 201 that's we already changed. Maybe this is the one. Maybe put it to 1. It's properly working. Just this is dummy data, nothing more special. So it says it's properly 100 because 101 that's we expected. This is the expected one, 101. What we define in the sequence. Let's cross check the sequence part. What's the sequence for the user role registrations, and this is the sequences. You see the user role registration will be started from 100, and this is the user registration will be started from the 200, exactly what we expected. That's the definition, exactly the what migration is working, what we expected. So then we can create another entries out of 10, maybe 2, let's say 2, and then so on and so forth. So then we can check it, is it properly coming landing the database. So you see the properly landing. So it is reflect with the user registrations, and then it has the flag 200 201, and then it has own identity. So we can get it from the identity. You can delete each record out of when you put it like the user registration ID and also the user role ID, and it's deleted. You can update, delete, and what you would like to do is properly designed and properly works. That's I said I will discuss when I start the developments, complete developments step by steps. So this is a little bit here the pictures, you can get idea how it means, how it's properly mapped and how it works. So then let's check it like our the put and the get methods. So you can see the get methods, exactly the same definitions. So at least we need to be get two records. Previously it was the empty content list, and then it has a 101 and 102 and so on and so forth. So it has, you can update, you can delete, what you like to do. So it has a 201, and let's say it has, we try to update the information for 101, not 102. So the registration, you can say updates all these registration names, test, and then user role reference number, maybe 100, and then it says maybe the role ex and 99. So that's 101. So 101 is properly updated. It's properly updated in the backends. Let's check it backend. So it is properly up to date.